Hi, this is Rhonda, and today I wanted to talk to you about money, or basically the lack thereof. If for any reason you're struggling, you just lost a job, um, just life happens, right? You had a major car scenario happen, it's put a dent in all your finances and just kind of messed up your whole financial scenario. Um, the first thing I want to say about that is don't panic. It's when we start to panic is when things really go south, right? When you panic, you start coming up with all kinds of things you could do, should do, who you gonna borrow from, this and that. All having been through quite a few financial challenges myself and having overcome many of them, one of the things that happens when you hit a financial hardship is your nervous system starts to go crazy, right? You start to panic, you start to think about who can help you or who can or what you can't get or what happened last time and who you still owe and how you're going to pay them and all the things. And I'm not saying there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I'm saying don't panic. You may need to think through each of those pieces. How you're going to pay your mortgage if you lost your job and you don't have a savings, or if you live check to check and your car engine just blew or the transmission blew and you got to get that fixed so you can go to work. And now how you going to pay for this and the kids going back to school and the, okay, got it. But what I want to encourage you to do before you make any decision is to be calm. Don't start thinking about all the things that can go wrong if this or that doesn't happen. Because the only thing that does for you is put you in a place, a space in your head where you're focusing on all the negative things that can happen. And once you start to focus there, everything around you starts to unravel. Now you can't get anything done because all of the things that you're playing out in your head are starting to show up, or the fear of them showing up causes you to panic, right? So, my goal in this conversation is to help you not panic, is to calmly write down all of the things that are priorities for you, um, all of the things that you may be afraid of. Just write them down. You don't have to live them, because what typically happens is we live through it right then. Oh my God, they're gonna take my house, and you start imagining all the phone calls. All you start putting all that in your psyche, and now there is this anxiety that's building up, and now you're at a desperation mode. And even if you're looking for a job, the only thing you can think of is if you don't get this job, your life is going to pot, right? You don't want to be there because people can. It's like a dog can smell fear, or a shark can smell blood. Anything you try to do, people can feel your desperation and they may be less inclined to support you. So, while I don't have a solution for your particular situation, I do have a generic solution that says do not panic. Write down every single thing that you're concerned about. Write it down, put it on a list. Things you're afraid of, things you need to do, things you want to do. Now, on the other side of this list, write down things you can do. Where can you get support from? Can you borrow money from this one? Do you have a backup savings account? Do you have a 401 that you may need to investigate to see, can you borrow money from that? Can you run gigs like Uber, or what's that other food one, just running food for people or buying groceries for people? Just now, when you get through that whole list, that ain't your life now. That's just a temporary situation that you're doing. So go through that list. You have a list. One, of all the things you're afraid of. Two, all the things you really need to do. And this is a good one for those of you who don't keep up with how much you spend every month. I can do another video on that, but this video is not about that. This video is basically telling you don't panic, because the panic will not serve you well. You need to be at a place of calmness in your head and in your spirit, so that all that stuff don't get in your body and cause you to go say stuff and do stuff and be scared. And you don't want that. Okay, so back to the list. Things you're afraid of, your financial responsibilities, and then what can you do? Again, back to your resources. Do you have credit cards that you may be able to use? Yes, I know all the great financial gurus tell you don't use your credit card and don't run balance. Okay, but we're in survival mode at this point, and we're working through options. And that's really what you want to have. I also teach something called attitude money. And I would advise you to have some attitude money right now, even if you have nothing. Okay, so let me show you how attitude money works and what it is. So, attitude money is just a little bit of money. It could be $100. Back in the day when I was really going through, I kept $100 in my car in my little glove box on the side. Now that wasn't gonna do nothing for my problems, okay? But what it did do is it kept me like when I got to the end of my rope, like okay, at least I got $100. I can get some food, I can get some gas, I can get to this. All right. So attitude money is not about how much attitude money you have. It's just that you have some attitude money. It is something about being completely out where we freak out. Like it's like nothing. Okay, got that. So attitude money can be $20 in your wallet that you never spend, in your car, like I used to keep mine. It could be $50 in a savings account. It could be $100. It could be $1,500 depending on your budget. But attitude money keeps you here a little bit sharper, right? Like I got something, okay? What? And one of the other things is not just having attitude money, but just having an attitude adjustment, right? Like that's what that list is. It says what you can do because what that gives you is options. And you if you can put 50 or 60 things on that list of things that you can do, it takes you out of the oh my god, it takes you out of that. And it says, okay, go down the list. Well, can you do Uber? Can you do the food eats? Can you do the grocery shopping? Can you sell something on online? Can you you got a side hustle that you can do? Can you keep dogs? Can you listen? We just trying to get you to the next level. We're not trying to make you rich. So this is what these ideals would do for you is it calms you down, gives you options, and it makes you a little bit more clear about what you need to do and when. And once you know, so remember you got these lists. One of the things you're afraid of, the financial responsibility. So all of these other lists, these things that you can do to support your financial situation, they can address each one of these items on your financial responsibility. So you know you have a mortgage, you know you have to pay gas for your car. Um, you know that you got to get the kids something or the other or whatever those expenses are. Now every one of these little gigs to see how much of that financial can you put back to handle one of these financial problems, okay? And in the meantime, you also on your list of what you can do is call your creditors and let them know you're going to be late this time. You're going to be late for the next couple of months. Whatever the story is. And again, this is you not panicking, not being so scared to look at what's facing you that you won't do anything because you panic or that you operate out of a space of fear, which will bring you nothing more than extra fear. That's like, I'm going to give you a little biblical thing now here. That's like you planting a seed of fear. You're going to pull that seed up, okay? So we don't want no fear harvest coming, okay? So when you plant good. When you sit down and you look at your list, you just begin to be in gratitude that you actually have a mind to solve problems. And if you also, one of the other things you can do is go visit a financial counselor to see if there are any resources for you. Go find out if you can get your mortgage to be I forget what they call it, where you, it's not a modification. We're not talking about that. Where they put it on, they put it kind of in queue until you get back on your feet. I forget the name of what it's called right now. Hopefully before the end of the video, I'll remember it and I'll say it. But you want to start writing down all those resources. Unemployment office, if you have any resources for your mortgage or your rent, or who can you talk to about paying the light bill or the water bill. All of those things, again, go on your list of things that you can do. So that's why you don't want to panic, is because there's a lot of support out there. Now, a lot of it has been pulled back based on, this current administration, but there's still some things out there that can support you. Do you have a church family that can support you? I know, but I still had to say it because, there are some out there that will still help. Do you have family support? A lot of people don't have family support. It's a lot of families that just aren't that close. A lot of issues that have come up with families in this last decade or so that makes that option not as um, viable as it once used to be. And so just go through your list, make up, find out the things you can do. And if you got a computer, honey, find something you can sell. Oh, there's another one. There's clothes in your closet that you can sell to these online places. If you have anything in your home that you want to get rid of and sell, like, listen, it's a whole bunch of stuff. Just calm down. Don't panic. Just do not panic. That's my conversation today for you. If you are hitting a financial hardship, don't panic. Sit down, make your list, and come up with a solution that will work for you. Okay, so that's all I have. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really will help me a whole lot. I'm just now starting to get back into some of the video coaching that I've done previously. In the meantime, until next time, do the best you can, and yeah, keep looking up, keep hope alive. And if you don't have any attitude money, make it your bet to put some aside. All right, until next time.